Hello and welcome back to Vampire Survivors. I'm Luce, and it's been a while since I played this game, but then I remembered, oh, I actually haven't done the adventure mode for the latest DLC at time of streaming. Although the next crossover is probably going to be out by the time this hits the YouTube VODs, but that's going to be a problem for future Luce to worry about. Because for now, we're going to have some fun. Oh, I forgot to do the alerts for Twitter. I should do that right now, clearly, because I'm a very professional streamer. Oh, but to my understanding, this is one of the longer... Here we are. Now, to my understanding, this is one of the longer DLC thingies in the game. So, I'm definitely going to be taking my time with it. Plus, I'm going to try and avoid... Well, I'm not going to... I shouldn't make any promises, but I definitely should try out the builds that it goes with. And like I said, this is one this is one of the longer adventures to my understanding, so I might have to split it up over 2 nights, so... Especially since I'm starting a bit late tonight, and I want to relax a bit, especially since I'm gonna go nuts next time I play DBZ Kakarot. So I definitely want to not go too crazy tonight. But that'll be a bit of a worry for later, because for now... Oh, I actually start with a decent amount of money too, so I can get some upgrades. Want revival. Can I buy revival? Yes, I can. Ah, darn, can't get a mount. Cooldown, I can get both of, though. And that's gonna add up a lot. Now, let's see here. Crewmate Dino. Sadly, I don't... The co-op is local still, so I won't be able to do that, but... Yeah, I should probably just get started. Crewmate Dino. Red has been called to an emergency meeting, but nobody else is here. What's going on? Why have all the doors locked? And were there always so many bins in the meeting room? Someone needs to report this mess. Hide and survive as the theme. Ooh. That usually plays for the imposters. Beginning. Lucky swipe. Oh my. I should probably seriously consider the garlic if possible. Stores HP, that's gonna be good. Oh, you know what? Probably the only crossover ones are available here. Ooh, nice. We'll reduce the cooldown so these are active more often. Mini Engineer. Now I get the Zeus lightning on occasion. Lifetime Scan is absolutely the most overpowered if I can get that upgraded. Become the Shapeshifter. Ah, there's no doors at all. Yep, there's no escape. Knockback factor significantly increased. Yeah, I've really gotten to appreciate the Garlic's knockback resistance reduction on foes after getting the report ability. Good, healing is exactly what I needed. No, I don't think I've actually seen the original Lost in Space, now that I think about it. I probably should, if only because that's a classic. I'm not gonna... well... hard to say. Sometimes makes get a lot more crap than they deserve. Like, most people don't like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory reboot, but that one made a pretty big effort to try and be more book accurate than the original one. And that movie, Spinach just increased damage, because it seems damage is what I'm lacking in a bit right now. Free levels and stuff sounds good to me. Yeah, the sooner I get these leveled up, the better, I think. I need that damage increase sooner than later. This is a pretty nice area to be having a mission in. It's got a decent amount of everything in it. I should definitely reduce the cooldown on this baby. Ooh, donuts. Mmm, donuts. I should get some donuts next time I go shopping, actually. I haven't had any in a while. I mean, not years or anything, but it's definitely been a bit longer than I need care for, given how good they are. Yeah, I think the revival is the most important one in case I screw up, because I've taken my upgrades off a few times in order to try test my skill, but it's not gone well. Now granted, I was still able to win without overpowered ones, especially if it's in an easier map like the library, or with an easier character like Lumiere. I love every single tune from the expansion here. Beep, beep. Ooh, money. Life sign scan. Just healing with me with no strings attached? Yes, please. Excellent. The minis getting upgraded means I don't have to worry about grabbing as many of those from level ups. Oh, that's a big boy. Mini ghost. Sounds good to me. Yeah, that knockback is really good, and I noticed that giant imposter doesn't really have much knockback resistance. Lucky me. Right, the mini ghost has a clockwork Lancet effect. Well, the more of these 100s I get, the better, because I can buy more upgrades. I know in theory I don't need the revival upgrade if I just straight up don't die, so I imagine the meta is probably like focus on power and amount, but given how, well, probably amount honestly because of how overpowered that is, but well, cooldown's still pretty good too, and I need to get that. Life science scan. Oh yeah. Money, money, money. Ooh, an imposter. There's no question marks. Excellent, free ghost level, so I don't have to pick it leveling up as much. Wow, he's been sent flying. There we go. He tried to run away, but that ain't happening. Not while I have the fire breath effect. I should probably see about grabbing that extra weapon over there. It's neat that this is still going after, even after the lockdowns have ended and it's and all that. And it's not one of those games that just kind of fell off and then disappeared. I mean, they had a big surprise, I imagine, since I think I mentioned it one of the earlier times I streamed the game. Among Us came out in 2018, but no one really knew about it until 2020 with the lockdowns and all that, so it's not one of those games that came out at the perfect time. It existed at the perfect time. Ooh. Haven't had one of these in a bit. Oh, I welcome each and every one of these upgrades. Actually, I think the spinach is maxed out now. Yes, it is. Oh, wonderful. That's gonna make life a lot easier going forward. Might as well get the imposter tongue weapon. Report. Wow, there sure are a lot of enemies cramped in here. Although that's probably a good thing, because this means I can now get a lot of XP. Oh, maybe I should have gotten growth instead for the level ups. Because the sooner I can get my upgrades, the better this will all be. Report, excellent. Report is maxed out. It's also ready to upgrade, I believe. Yeah, yes it is. So we'll get it upgraded to emergency meeting after a bit. The titular emergency meeting. Right, I should have taken a look at the unlock conditions for the other characters and such. Ooh, Lucky Swipe is probably ready to upgrade soon too. I'd be fine with any of those. Life Sign Scan. Life Sign Scan, I think I mentioned, I personally think it might be the most overpowered weapon in the entire game, bar none. Because, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of overpowered combinations. But the Life Scans upgrade gives you free stats for the run. And so after a point, you literally can't die. Literally, because I have a 6-hour stream where 5 of them were against a single Reaper. Because I didn't have the items to instantly kill them, but I was regenerating my shield from the Laurel faster than it could, DLC. Clever. Lifetime scan complete. Good. Everything's ready to upgrade. Right, the weapons are all ready to upgrade. Except for the tongue. That one's gonna need a little bit of work, but that's fine. I also appreciate that the mini space beans don't really show up until you already have the weapon in question. Crossed wires. Now that's gonna be a good one. This is one of my personal favorites. Wonderful. Emergency meeting. Votes out an enemy type every so often. Mini imposter arena. Wonderful. Might as well max this out so we don't have to worry about it. Sharp tongue. Yeah, as you can tell by my little garlic aura going away from the mini crewmate, you do have to sacrifice the mini in order to upgrade the weapon, but honestly, I think it's very much a worthwhile endeavor. Holy crap. Here we are. Wow, all those tongue attacks. But more importantly, the life science scan's upgraded, which means we officially won this round. Every few seconds, I now gain a permanent stat for the run. It's over, boys. You might as well go home. Only the Reaper at the end is gonna kill me. And that's if I feel like letting it. Well, no, there's no Laurel, so sadly I can't quite have it that good. Clear debris. Might as well go with the full Amogus builds. Mini Guardian occasionally takes a hit for you. Ah, so it is the shield. Although I will sacrifice it to upgrade the weapon. Still, clear debris. Yeah, all those cooldown reductions are really adding up. Who is the imposter? An upgrade. Ooh, yeah. Imposter Tongue. Deals high damage to the strongest enemy and everything in its path. Clear debris. I need to get the Mini Guardian up, but I also need to max the clear. There we are. Now, let's see here. I could go for just Vent, or I could go for some armor. Clover could I guess I should get just Vent. Ah, it seems the imposter mini-bosses have been reduced to random enemies. That is fine. Crewmate Dino is more than powerful enough to handle these. Oh, wonderful, lots of money. Ah, crap, down on the other side there. Hold on, I gotta go on the other side. And we have ourselves the upgrade. Clear asteroids. Amount creates cluster explosions. Mini shapeshifter. Ooh, lots of money. Maybe I should get the items in the passives upgrade. Then again, the nice thing about adventure mode is I can use some builds outside my usual stuff, so... maybe I should stick to just what it's offering me. We'll see. I don't want to make it a challenge or anything. First of all, I don't think I'm good enough for a challenge run, but more important, as mentioned, I'm barely able to win if I even can from when I remove all the upgrades. Mini shapeshifter. Might as well max out the armor. I am speed. Always big coin bag. Yeah, I need to get as many upgrades as I can. I'm snowballing pretty well now, I think. It was a bit rough starting, but... yeah. Yeah, so, while I do like stuff from the, Tides of Ascari, I think I like the Legs of the Moon spell and the Emergency Meeting DLC weapons the most so far. At least so far. It's getting a new update comparatively soon, though, so... at the time of stream, that is, so... apparently it's gonna be a Contra crossover of some sort. As long as they make sure not to include the overheat mechanic this time. I guess I should explain that. Basically, at the time of streaming, there was a Contra a while ago, but it had an overheat mechanic, among other things, that made it difficulty feeling like Contra. If you haven't played Contra and wonder why an overheating weapon is a problem, it's because the whole point of Contra games has always been to basically tape down the fire button and enjoy the carnage that comes with it. That's usually been a recurring staple of the series. So to not have it would basically be like having a Deus Ex game without cyborgs. Or a Thief game without stealing things. It's a part of the whole package. I'm not inherently against weapons that have cooldown, it's just that, yeah, I'll get Sarabe of healing, just to make myself even more immortal. Hello Infinity, welcome to the stream. I'm just enjoying the Among Us DLC adventure mode, since I've neglected to do that. Plus with the Contra update coming at time of stream, I should probably get all this done. That way, whenever I feel like doing the game, I don't have to worry about, okay, what do I have left to do? I can just do whatever run I'm in the mood for. Yeah, if I can get more of these, that'd be ideal, just because that would help out. The more upgrades I can buy, the better. Ah, darn. Oh well, 6K is not bad. Ooh, good, lots of money. Looks like my stats have gone up pretty high. I swear. Or the life sign scan is the most overpowered thing in the game, and this is a game where it loves to see what kind of overpowered combos you can make. There, coming to the end here. I guess this is an ideal game to just talk about whatever. I guess it has been a while since I've discussed the Pathfinder game I'm playing with friends, but that one's kind of on its way to wrapping up now, or at least I think we're near the end. Then again, maybe I should save that for a game that's actually about role-playing and adventure stuff like Age of Wonders 4. I haven't played Age of Wonders 4 in a while, and I'd like to get back to that one, although I admit I'm not very good at that one still. I'm not sure why. It could be that the AI is just better, or at least less suicidally aggressive like it was in 3. With 3, the AI always loved to stumble headfirst into the ambushes I set up for them, so... Once I realized how that worked, it was pretty easy to get through, but now, at this point, I basically just get a bunch of summoning things and try to overwhelm with raw numbers because, well, I guess to be fair, that is a legitimate strategy. Although I'm kind of iffy on the Tome of the Horde because, well, it's hard to go into too much detail when I'm not playing the game itself. Basically, it basically focuses you more on the, I believe the lingo is the Zerg Rush strategy, where you just make a billion tiny units and go after. I did try to make a run with that with a race I made for that, but it didn't really work out. A, because I didn't optimize as much as I could, and B, again, I'm just not good at that game yet. I could go back and play 3 a bit, but I don't know. There's still a lot of the new game I haven't played, especially since the new game still especially since 4 is still getting regular updates, and I haven't caught up. Like, it introduced a new story mode for one of the updates a little while ago that I never got to. Might be something I do in between, I guess, because as much as I'm genuinely loving DBZ Kakarot, I do know myself, and I know if I play the same game too much, I'll burn myself out, especially if it's on the longer end. I guess for anyone who's new to the channel, that largely happened because of my playthrough of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, where I played basically the whole thing in one go. It was pretty good for what it was, that's for sure, but it was also basically just playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For months on end, so... And while that is nice and all, especially since I can vary decks a decent amount at my leisure, that still means I was pretty burnt out for a while, and I didn't want to play it again even though stuff like Master Duel came out that were genuinely enjoyable for what they were. I haven't touched Duel Links in a while, although I imagine my deck has been power crept 10 times over, but, well, I guess that's... Power creep is kind of a necessary evil for something long-running like that. I mean, even at the time, like, there was a time when the Mahi with Harpy Ladies was the most popular deck type by a while. Well, it's not a particularly powerful deck, but it had no real major weaknesses, and that was a big thing since there was no major negation effects or whatever that are common now, so... And people wanted some power creep since, well, decks by and large are pretty weak, so you could use just about anything you wanted, but it also meant there was nothing really stand out as much. Even for gachas, that can be that way. I mean, I guess anyone plays Arknights, because I'm probably going to be playing the Arknight story when it comes out later, or the next story chapter, but Moonlight's still usable. You'd use even if they were blatantly power crept by Sunlights or whatever. I guess the nice thing about a heavy beatdown deck is you can just try an OTK. I mean, Master Duel, you could technically do that, especially since their big boss monster is immune to a lot of the... You have to actually work if you want to get rid of it, I guess the best way to put it. It has a lot of protection. That said, the game being a lot faster is something I can't deny either. Now granted, it's not over in one turn unless you're specifically building a deck for that, like the memes say, but it is very different, especially... I'd say the biggest difference being the amount of sheer negation effects you have. Sucks how much some skills play themselves. Yeah. Ooh, looks like this run's almost done. I mean, Lunalight was my main deck in Master Duel, don't forget. I think it might still work out, if only because that deck is focused on just clear the field and nuke the opponent and end it quickly. Now, that is an absolutely try and win it in one turn if you can kind of deck. You just have to get through all those negates the enemy has, because, well, unlike the anime, you don't want person to bring up their unbeatable combo, because if they bring it out, then they're probably going to obliterate you. Meanwhile, so you kind of want to prevent it before it actually shows up. Sadly, it can't be quite as reactive as the anime would imply. Although there is a manga that actually uses meta decks, and they do actually try to negate plays. That one, they usually try to explain what their goal is before, or the negates start coming out, if I remember right. You get 6 of 1 of the Shiranui player. Huh, is Shiranui back and good now, again? Kind of neat. I do know that deck in the main game was generally forgotten. Well, it's kind of like Fur Hire. It was kind of forgotten in the main series, but when it showed up in Duel Links, it actually started showing up, which is pretty neat. Pull through here. And we're done. I'll just cash in my revive. Evolve the report, suspect security. Evolve the sharp tongue or acquire its evolution. Evolve clear debris. Survive 20 minutes in meeting called. Unlock shapeshifter. Defeat 600 suspicious looking enemies. Evolve the lucky swipe. Evolve just vent. Evolve life sign scan. Reach level 80. Phew. Pretty good stuff, I'd say. Power up, I should probably make Magnet up just for convenience. Amount, absolutely. Growth is probably worth my time. Charm, it's expensive, but more enemies means more XP. There we are, I think that's... I should probably get some more move speed. Then again, maybe reroll, skip, or banish might help. Yeah, a couple banish in case I get something I really don't want. Greed is gonna be pretty good for snowballing, so let's get that. Area's not bad, armor's not bad. It might be good to get recovery, though. Maxed out. There we are. Can't afford that. Can't afford area, but move speed might be ideal. Move speed is one of those you don't really appreciate till it's gone. Rush Duel? Maybe. I just haven't been in the card game mood lately. Now let's see here. Find the engineer in suspect security. Defeat Spacebugs ejected. Reach level 80 in emergency meeting. Evolve the science rocks. Evolve the knife. Find a pair of guns. Rescue Sir Amber Joe. Alright, let's see here. Crewmate. Shapeshifter. Imposter. Guardian. Oh, I can't afford any of these. Whoops. That's what I get for buying too many upgrades, I suppose, but that's fine. Dino's not bad, honestly. Shop. I don't really need that. Suspect security. Reports have gone... The report got through to HQ, and the station's been placed under lockdown for our safety, which would be very reassuring if we're locked outside. Maybe if we find the engineer, we could sneak back in through events. Alright, so... Next up is... What's the stage? Suspect security. Any progress require that? Just find the engineer to progress. Meeting called suspect security. Let me grab a sip of my drink and I'll dive right in. Yeah, this is a bit of a longer adventure, and I don't want to go too late, so I'm gonna try and avoid doing all of it in one night. But then again, I promised that with Kakarot and keep failing, so who knows? No ducks among us. Oops, I forgot to silence Discord. Sorry for anyone who just checked. I have a habit of doing that. I either remember or don't. Oh, that's a big nothing sentence, isn't it? I either remember or I don't. Like there's any other option. No ducks among us. I love this theme in particular. It's loosely based off the moon from DuckTales, the video game for NES. The coffin. We get locked outside. Here we are, life science scan. Once I get life science scan, I'll have one. Nothing else is gonna matter. I probably should get the guns here, since this is, Empty tome. Reduce the cooldown on everything, if you please. It's fine, that's on me for forgetting to mark it. Also, I just need to think of something to talk about a bit, since these runs are 30 minutes after all. Let's see here. Damage up, if you please. Probably should have gotten the spinach, actually, since damage is usually anemic for a bit. Mini crewmate. I do want the duplicator, but... yeah, I absolutely need... First of all, this gives me the garlic effect, where enemies are damaged near me, which I could quite use. Spinach. More damage, if you please. My favorite is one of my favorites is the engineer, so I'm definitely gonna be playing as them once we unlock them. Oh yeah, life science scan. I knew the life science scan would be good when I first played and saw it, because it's one of the few weapons that heals you with absolutely no strings attached. All the others usually are heal on kill or heal on dealing damage, but it's very few of them. I think this one and the Pummarola are the only one that amounts to just free HP. More XP, faster XP gains is gonna snowball, I think. Should probably get Science Rocks, simply because I need to upgrade that for something. It's a genuinely strong weapon in exchange for needing to actually, you know, care about actually having to work for dealing damage. That's for sure. I can worry about upgrades later. For now, I just need to make sure I can actually deal the damage. Reports. Life science scan, definitely gotta max that out. Ah, interesting. Yeah, the buildings are all sealed. I want to say, it was rather refreshing playing actual Deception games in single-player version. I probably shouldn't spoil too much of Raging Loop or Notia, though, since this isn't well streams. What I will say is, Notia is good if you just want the simulator for... Excellent. Yeah, if you just want a werewolf game simulator, that's probably the better option because it focuses more on simulating. Hence why each and every round, it was just untold several rounds of there without too much variation there. Well, it had a lot of variation, it's just that it's all the game it's dedicating itself to. I have to take out these imposters before I can open that, so... Oh my. Oh yeah, that's a reference to War of the Worlds, I'm pretty sure. That's the tripod. Definitely would recommend the book first, if only because the, Oh, duplicator for sure. Only because, well, I don't remember much about the movie except for the little girls doing nothing but non-stop screaming the entire time. Now granted, I do get it, it's invading aliens are killing everyone, but that's kind of the only thing I seem to remember from it. After all, the book is the audiobook on the radio was what caused that mass hysteria at one point. That's a pretty famous story, but I guess for a recap, basically there was a radio telling of War of the Worlds, but because of a lot of people thought it was real, because the radio was a new concept at the time, they thought it was a news report. And they did open and close with it that it was supposed to be a retelling of the book, but it caused some riots. Excellent. Yeah, I need to kill all the purple imposters before I can open that and unlock, rescue the engineer. Empty Tome is definitely a must in order to reduce the total time. Aim to activate skills. Here we go. Here we are. Thank you, crewmate Dino, but the vampire's in another coffin. Okay? Engineer Gino joins the survivors. Now we just need to win. What the what? Oh, hello, Rising. Welcome to stream. I was just trying to think of random things to talk about while doing the adventure mode for the Among Us DLC. Allegedly offers better moral support. Oh, the DLC. Yep. Now, I do believe that robot is a reference to the day the Earth stood still. It might be something else entirely, though. I'm trying to think about it, but I guess I've been disconnected from the genre for a bit. Or it could just be, I just forget things in general. That also happens a lot. Interesting. I do know in general that the Among Us DLC and the Spaced Out update afterward had a lot of old-school sci-fi references. And I can understand going for the old-school sci-fi references over newer stuff because that's stuff that's proven to stand the test of time. You don't have to worry about it aging if you try to go for something more recent. There we go. Free stuff. Excellent. Ooh, lucky. Space rocks are going rather well, I think. Life science scan definitely needs to be capped out sooner than later. As soon as that evolves, I've won. I've yet to ever lose after upgrading to the life science scan. Granted, it's most effective if you do it early, but I have done it later a few times, and it's still been rather absurd because, well, permanent stat boosts for a run are kind of insane. I mean, I know some who've played the game long enough that their favorite character has enough golden eggs that they're even more powerful than the intentionally overpowered characters. And, the life science scan basically gives you golden egg bonuses for a whole year. For a whole run. Oh, I just skipped the disco time. Ah, sorry. I did hear it out the full time in the last run, but I guess I accidentally cut it short this time. And it seems the bosses have been reduced to normal enemies, which is of course well within the vaguely Castlevania theme. Here we are. Mini scientist, good. Here we are. The sparrow's now at max. Okay, good. Alright. Oh, this is. I need to go to the other area in order to get the bridge. Yeah, I really need that magnet upgrade. It's just so convenient. Right, I need to get the Arcana upgrade because that is way too important to miss. Here, okay, good. I need to get the other gun. I need both of these maxed out to unlock Pugnala, the totally not Bayonetta character. Each empty slot. Fire, I don't have enough of those. Boogaloo of Illusions. I guess since I'm getting that early, gaining AoE Well, AoE does fluctuate regularly. By getting this, it also adds a permanent plus 1% AoE for each level, so it can and does snowball. So there's definitely so while not my favorite Arcana, there is good reasons to be picking these on occasion. And getting the empty tome leveled is going to be huge. Ooh, money. We're already at 3K, not bad. Empty tome is now maxed. Oh, wonderful. First upgrade. Emergency meeting. One random enemy type will be voted out completely. Who is the imposter? Who is my imposter? It is nice that they do make the crossover achievements optional if you don't want to get it. I do know some people prefer the original stuff over crossovers because, you know, they'd rather play the game they're playing and not referencing a game they're not in the mood for playing. At the same time, well, I know a lot of people who like crossovers in general. I mean, how often would you expect vampires to meet the Among Us space beans? Okay, we officially won the game. Life Science. We have Paranormal Scan. I guess I can get just Vent since that goes over the cap a little. I guess I should have maxed out the mini scientist just so I don't have to worry about it anymore. My card swipe anything but that. The card swipe is the big one because it upgrades into the cross wires, which basically clears the screen every few seconds. But yeah, card swipe is pretty annoying while leveling it, because while it has good AoE and good damage, it only hits slightly above you. Luckily, since the engineer is one I usually play as a lot, I have good experience with how to make use of the card swipe. I should also grab just vents that let me go over the cap for weapons. Get. There we are. Wow, that shapeshifter has absolutely zero knockback resistance because it's getting sent flying. Excellent, another level of card swipe. Base area up. Mini Scientist throws the holy water, although I guess it's the beaker in this particular, to keep to the sciencey theme. More of the War of the World tripods. Adventure mode merchants. Anything you buy will be unlocked for the entire adventure. 8 horse jokes to tell your neighbors. I don't really see a need for any of these, honestly. Plus, none of them upgrade the knife, which I need in order for one of these others. Although, the fact it's an option implies to me that I'll find the item naturally later. Ooh, wonderful. Mini Engineer. Gotta get that. Spinach needs to be leveled too. There we go, Mini Engineer's maxed. As is the spinach. Okay, now I can get the lucky swipe going. Oh dang, look at all those cards. I think the image is actually of Antonio Belpiece, the, well, probably close thing to a main character the game has. Whoa, we're popping a lot of these guys. Hop, hop, hop. Who is the imposter? Yeah, Antonio's basically the totally not Simon Belmont character, so he's probably the main character. Oh, there is a card swipe up here. I guess I should have gotten that later. Well, no matter. Free level. Probably could have filled out my weapon slots and then picked it up like I did with the Just Vent, but oh well. That's on me. Mini Shapeshifter. Lucky Swipe's maxed out. Oh, wonderful. The scientist has upgraded. Rocket science. Here we go. The rockets are doing work. Of course, this weapon is yet another in the case of can't see shit, Captain, the game has to offer. But at this point, I think that's kind of to be expected. Excellent, crossed wires. That's gonna be wonderful. There we go. If you have too much cooldown, though, then the minigame respawns a little too quickly, as you can see. Always big coin bag. We need to really push our money. Oh yeah, I'm leveling real quick, which should mean some good money in the end of this run. This is going rather well. In fact, I'm probably clearing the screen too quickly. I can barely keep up with all the XP here. Well, the more levels, the more money, and the more money, the more upgrades I can get for next time. Ooh. Ah, right, I forgot I still needed the upgrade for Just Vent. Unjust... Just ejection. We're ejected. 69 enemies were ejected. What a nice amount. Reaching the end of this run. Well, at least we saved the engineer, which means we should be able to easily, unlock the next area. I'll have to check the progression achievements to make sure that I am doing what I need to, though, because I don't want to have to redo too many missions. I accidentally had to redo several ones in the Moonspell one because I failed to do one of the ones earlier. Ooh, money, and there we go. Yeah, good, good. I'm getting a good amount of cash now. Yeah, see what area boost can do early on. Look how big the bullets are. Even when they shrink down, it's still absolutely massive. Yeah, those Arcana where they make a stat fluctuate between a high and low number seem almost like a meme at first, but don't underestimate them. The fact they give you a permanent upgrade to each stat at level up means that they snowball if you can get them early. Yeah, the permanent stat upgrades really snowball. I'm not dying until the Reaper comes. There we go, some more money, I'm told. Oh, nice. That's a good amount of level ups, which means a good amount of cash added to the coffers. I should probably unlock all the characters next. Oopsie. One, two, three, four. We're almost done with this run, so... Alright, yeah, that's fine. I wasn't kidding when I said if you can get certain up right away, you aren't losing. One, two, three. Dang, I was able to survive for a good few seconds there. Alright, we'll cash in the revives real quick. Find the engineer and suspect security. Evolve the science rocks. And find a pair of guns. There we are. Unlock engineer immediately. I guess Bagnala in case we want someone who's not the Amogus. Imposter Arena is probably worth having, just so I have an imposter option. Well, first things first, progress. Defeat Space Ducks, reach level 80 in emergency meeting. Evolve the knife. Naro. Rescue Sir Amberjoe. The event led us away from those weird extraterrestrials. We seem to have stumbled upon a warren of space rabbits and duck astronauts. I suppose we should use the opportunity to research such strange creatures. Alright, I should buy the power-ups here. Well, projectile speed and area would be quite nice. And duration's not half bad either. Omni, might duration per rank. This one's really expensive. I want to get more move speed first. There we are. That's a lot of money spent, but it's a nice upgrade. An option to reroll wouldn't be half bad either. There. Probably gonna stick with engineer or Gino for this next one though. Let's see here. So ejected. Let's see here. This is another 30-minute one. I have boosted move speed. And quite a bit of luck, actually. No vampires among us. Alright, see you later, Infinity. Thanks for stopping by. I'll grab a sip of my drink and we'll dive right into the next one. Report. Sharp tongue. Report might not be half bad, honestly. Empty tome. Yeah, this is no vampires among us is typically the scientist's theme. This is actually a completely new map, I notice. Oh, interesting. Oh, the light sources are even. That makes sense. Do 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 do. Duplicator. Lucky swipe. The sooner I get the crossed wires, the better. Granted, I do think Lucky Swipe's a pretty good weapon of itself, but that's also, like I said, I play the Engineer a decent bit. Both on stream and off of it, so I probably just have a lot more experience with the weapon. And as such, I'm gonna be a lot more comfortable with it. Oh, hey, it's the Mochi rabbits. Mochi? Moki? How do you pronounce it? Life sign scan. Spinach, if you please. Yeah, these rabbits are a little tricky. Yeah, I need to upgrade the Engineer. The Engineer needs more power. Free level of report sounds good to me. Still, even with all the deception games I'm playing around, I do think Among Us still has its own place around there. After all, it's one of the few where you actually have to move around a map and, you know, do stuff, as opposed to just having to speculate and such. So having to consider where someone was at any given point in time, where they would have likely to have been, and work with the deduction. So you actually, hilariously, you actually get a lot more evidence in a game like Among Us than something like Town of Salem or even Nosha. Since while you do visit places in Nosha, that's entirely for story events and such. We're studying these creatures by beating the ever-living shit out of them. I guess that's about what I should expect. Yeah. Lucky swipe him. What's a free level report? Yeah, I'll take it. Weapon found, hats. It is now permanently, the hats are now permanently available. Empty tome to spam stuff more, sounds good. I guess I'm just gonna have to go down the street as much as I can. Oh crap, I don't like red enemies. Or do I? No, they don't seem to regenerate like red skeletons, so I'm completely fine with this. Mini ghost. Armor. I definitely am gonna need armor. Yeah, I've neglected upgrading that armor, and I am paying the price. I'm gonna be honest. I imagine the get X number of kills of ducks is going to be pretty easy, given there seem to only be a handful of enemies in this area, most of which are rabbits and ducks, so... I guess it also depends if the red ones count. Free life sign scan, I'll take it. Darn, I can't get the red crystal. Yeah, the rabbits are absolutely charging me. I need to be wary of them. Free level. It's fond of giving me free report levels, but I don't mind. I haven't been grabbing too many of those level ups, but I still do like it. Mini Horse might occasionally infect you with its relentless happiness. I genuinely don't know what it does, but what it does by that. I mean, I hear the sound effect. I guess it's basically the, what's it called? The Jubilee. Yep, here we are. I think it might be Amber Joe in there, so let's make sure to save him. Life sign scan, keep that up because that's probably going to be my best way to avoid dying. My health has gotten low a few times on this map, so I absolutely can't underestimate the importance of my sustain. Report. Here we are. Mini Horse allegedly offers better moral support. There we are. I rescued Amber Joe. Thank you, Engineer Gino, but our vampire's another coffin. Okay. Sir Amber Joe joins the survivors. Reports. Another level of life sign scan. I will take it, buddy. I can't have too many levels of life sign scan because as soon as I max that out, I'll have won the match. Max out the empty tome, yes, please. hats. Ooh. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I think Lifetime Scan's maxed out now. Yes, it is. Perfect. Money. Money. Yeah, getting the money upgrade early, I think, was well worth my time. And nice, I have enough upgrades, I don't have to worry about the bunny rushdowns. Here, grab this here. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be worth my time to get the knife here. I'll wait till later. If I reach the end and I still wasn't able to get the knife, then I will buy the upgrade item for it, but otherwise I'm not gonna worry about it. The knife's not a bad weapon, nor is its upgrade, but it doesn't really feel nearly as amazing as the Among Us of weapons. Sharp Tongue might be a better option. Although I guess the more hats wouldn't hurt. Luckily, I am well versed in how powerful this particular attack can be because I used to play Team Fortress 2. It's really neat just how much the fan base has been keeping that game alive in spite of, you know, Valve ignoring it. And yeah, I know, Valve's been doing a lot of stuff. They're not sitting idly on their hands. They've been helping with pushing a lot of tech, which is pretty neat and all, but it's worth reminding that Team Fortress 2 never left the top 10 most played games on Steam since it came out in 2007. Not 2017, 2007. So I do think the disappointment that they haven't done much with it is perfectly valid. Yeah, I think I should have no trouble completing that. Alright, should start getting some upgrades soon. Some hats. Sadly, I don't believe the hats have an upgrade. There. But you know what does? The report. Emergency meeting. I guess thinking about it, crossovers are the kind of thing you either really love or really hate. Because on one hand, people just love Smash Brothers and stuff like that and want to see more like it because, well, how often do you get to see characters like that interacting? Not very, that's for sure. On the other hand, and I can understand how people might prefer something dedicating to itself rather than trying to pull from other stuff, or making less. I guess for Smash Brothers, the argument I've often seen is that the clashing thematics makes each of them feel worse, like how Metroid and such are usually more serious franchises, while others like Mario ones are a bit more lighthearted and silly. Nothing wrong with those individually, but there can be a unreasonable juxtaposition for some. I never had a problem with it, but I do try to empathize, because I do get sometimes it goes out of place. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be killing all the ducks for this mission rather quickly. Wait, is the circle of lamps what the... Is that what the horse does? Weird. Well, no, it should be doing the, those are the hats? Mini horse allegedly offers better moral support. Horse. I guess speaking of things I still need to catch up on, I never touched the Cult of the Lamb since the Flesh update. I probably should, if only because it's a decent amount of content and also people are adding to the Cult Totem that reward that I put there since last time I played during Relics of the Old Faith. As per usual, I'm a bit late to the party, but sometimes that's a good thing, especially with how much stuff drops and is buggy at the immediate release. Yeah, I need, in order to get the armor up here. Sharp tongue. I doubt I'm getting nearly as much money this time, but that's fine. I think I've got most of the upgrades that matter. Generates projectile falling zones that follow the player. Clear debris. As soon as I upgrade the life science scan, it's over. Well, that, and I'll also have room for the more upgrades, so I can get the imposter, mini imposter, and the mini guardian, who will also upgrade. Clear debris. XP. I'm gonna check out how much is left after this and see if I want to see if I can push through or if there's going to be another night of this, because I do still need a bit of because while I do intend to stream the Arcanite story chapter, that's coming in a few more days, and while I can do some of them with Kakarot, actually that might not be a bad idea, I'll say that with Kakarot, but and I promise I'm gonna try not to have the same problem I had with the Damazi cluster. That boss was absolutely crazy. Although, honestly, I don't think I like the Chapter 12 gimmick in general, where you had to identify spies among the civilians and all that, because it kind of bogged down the whole thing. I know a lot of people like it because the reduced DP cost and all that meant you had to use people you don't normally, but, well, as you've noticed, I'm not someone who uses meta 6 stars very often, so even if I'm using an off-meta unit, actually, even the off-meta is like putting worms out of the question because of the cost increase. So yeah, that was a bit frustrating. Excellent life science paranormal scan. I should have no problem getting the next stage up unlocked. The only question is, do I want to do more tonight or not? Because I did want tonight to be a little lighter, so to speak. So when I go back to Kakarot, let's go with Mini Imposter. Who is the imposter? Note that you cannot vote for the mini-bosses. I guess they convinced everyone that they can't. I guess they were hit with the definite human option to stick with. Excellent. Stick with the Nosha reference. Although that does remind me, Nosha's the only, it's the only Deception game I've ever played that has the rule of if someone claims a role, anyone who wants to must at that point, or they lose the right completely. Dang, all that just for money and the main, and the imposter tongue. But you know what? I think the upgrade's worth it because that unloads the next part, so I can fit more in. Mini Guardian, perfect. Ideal. Honestly, crewmate Dino's not half bad. I kind of like the report more than I do the knife and some of the other weapons that fire in the direction you're facing. I think the knockback to create some breathing room really helps. It can be annoying in some cases, like when it kept pushing the boss back, but at the same time, ooh, nice. Yeah, those bat waves. The bats themselves aren't going to be a problem, but they love to push actually threatening enemies into you, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. Could have been. I'm thinking about it, I do wonder if it might have been a coding limitation, such as how because the problem with the round where I failed to claim medic after the imposter did, the imposter ended up getting marked as definite human, but then they started declaring something that can't possibly be true, and I think that's what led to the glitch ending. Revenge of the Space Clam or something like that. Oh my. Kraken. Oh, the War of the Worlds ones actually fire. Well, I guess it makes sense. They're holding a gun. Of course, they'd fire shots. I actually will have to be careful of those, although some weapons make projectiles a non-issue. This is not a game that has enemy projectiles that often, so the tools against them are not quite as necessary, although if you have one, you usually don't have to worry about them, period. Like the garlic, if you have that, it doesn't really matter how many fire projectiles at you, they'll never go past the garlic. The King Bible also has a similar effect, I believe. Maybe the story will reveal that one of the ones helping us was actually an imposter. Then again, it already lets me unlock Imposter Arena from the first to go, so yeah, the imposters were here from the start. Not seeing any arrows, so I don't think anything is, which is a shame. I'd really like to upgrade the trash garbage chute sooner than later. I have to be careful. These guys are actually dealing really fast damage to me. And remember, I have the armor reducing my damage taken, and I've had the, I did get the lifetime scan relatively recently, so my stats aren't godlike yet, but that's something I need to be wary of. Very wary of. I think those robots might just be snapping to me, because this is a single-player game. There's obviously not going to be any lag. It would give them a reason to be teleporting to me. Oh dang, even the, well no, it's the report's upgraded, the upgraded report that's pushing him back, the emergency meeting. Oh no, it's also, they seem to have low knockback resistance in general. When the DLC comes out, I'll probably be getting that too. Oh my, I thought for a moment, is it just me or was there the imposter there? One of the imposter enemies, huh? I mean, not the imposter enemy, just the, like, the pixelated version after they died. Weird. Here we are, asteroids. Clear asteroids. Character gets 10% luckier. Normally you'd have to stay up all night for that. Oh, wonderful. we're maxed out again. And this time I can't get anything else. The weapons are all upgraded, except the hat, which does not upgrade. Unfortunate, really. I was hoping the hat and horse would cause an upgrade, but it kind of doesn't. There we are. Now we're getting close to the end, so the real toughies are coming. Of course, with all my upgrades, and especially with all the... Yeah, with Lifetime Scan upgrading me more and more and more, I'm pretty sure they're not even remotely a threat. Especially, even less so with stuff like the cross wire. This is such completely, covering the screen here, yeah. I know I'm tempting fate, but I have yet to lose after getting a Lifetime Scan. Then again, maybe I'll try a challenge run with it later, see if I can go, see how good it really is. Yeah, everything's vaporizing the moment it's showing up on screen. I think we're in good shape. Yeah. I'll probably be able to upgrade all the stuff at this rate. Well, no problem if that is in fact the case. Oh, dang. Is this because I got greed maxed out pretty early on, or is it just that I'm that good with these weapons? Sure, we'll cash in these revives. Yep. Adventure progress. Rescued Sir Amber Joe as well. Not bad. Let's see, do I want to do one more or save it for the next time? Only calling space rabbits underground cave might have been the best idea. One of this cavern is where all the other crewmates ended up. Don't get ghosted. Evolve the knife. This is the only one I'm a bit iffy on because we don't have... It specifically requires the, available in current adventure. Can purchase from merchant. Okay, so yeah, there are, in fact, things we can get there. Base game. I can add all these if I want, but the big stuff... Alright, so yeah, odds are one of these items here is going to be the, what's it called? The fist item? Yeah, this one. Oh yeah. Charm, banish, reroll. That one's really expensive. Could get some curse if I wanted, but nah. There we are. That's a bit early, but not only did I start a little later than I expected, but I also specifically wanted to make this a more laid back and relaxing one, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm gonna end it a little early, but it looks like Vino's still going. Alright, playing Unicorn Overlord. Alright. Heard of that. It's basically the next Fire Emblem-like, isn't it? Well, I know there's a lot more strategy than Fire Emblem, but you get what I mean. Sounds like fun. Alright, we'll go with Vino. I don't know too much about it since I don't have the console it's on, but if you want to watch some, by all means raid. If not, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.